All right, so now what we want to do is we actually want to create this, right? The bamboo part. And so you have the horizontals here, you have the verticals here, and then you have these cross braces. I know you have some in the middle, but I didn't do those. And then we have the ones on the end. So let's concentrate on this first one here, right? So the way that you work with this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and sort of hide this stuff. So I'm using the control select. I'm just going to go to hide element. So we just kind of have this guy here. And then I'm going to tab select until I just get this front face, so I can pick that. And I'm just going to divide that surface. So it divides it like a line, but instead of just one dimensional or two dimensional, it's a U and a V. So the one thing I also need to do is while the divided surface is selected, I need to go to the surface representation down arrow and turn the nodes on. And then I can come in and I can control the divisions of the U grid. So if I do 4 and 4, right, then I get that. So you can put a parameter on this. So I can say this would be U1, right? And that'll make a parameter out of it. And then I could make this V1, right? And then that'll come up in my family types dialog box right there, and I'll have that. But now I kind of have the divisions for this guy, and I can come in and make this happen. So I have the horizontals that go this way, these get smaller on the top and the bottom, and then I have the verticals that go this way, and I left one out here because when it repeats it should copy, but so that's what we're going to do. So basically I want to come in, I'm going to load a family, and I'm just going to go to my desktop and get that the 2-point beam, the 2-point column, and the 2-point cylinder, and I'm going to bring those in. So I'm just going to so that's family, that's under insert family load. So sorry, if you go to insert and load family, right, you can navigate to wherever you want to go and get the families. So this guy, this guy, this guy, right? And open those guys, and it'll load those families in. So now if I expand my families over here, you'll see under generic models, I have those guys in here. And it brought the circles with the cylinder. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll just put the columns in. So if I come to the 2-point column and I left click here and I left click here, I can then pick that and repeat it, right? But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go ahead and put the beam in, and actually, let's do this. Let's put the column in here. Because one of the things that's really important is you have to get those points for it to repeat, and if I cover them up with other things, sometimes it gets confused. So I'll do the point there, and I'll do the beam from here to here, right? And then what else do we have? We have some cross bracing, right? So we have cross bracing to X's. So let's see if we can get those to work. So that would actually just be the cylinder, right? So this would go to here, and this would go to here, right? Now I can just pick that and repeat it, and I can pick that and repeat it, and I can pick that and repeat it, and I can pick that and repeat it. And I've got that guy. Now I know these guys at the bottom and top are not the beams, so I'm just going to go in, and if you tab through, so I'm just hovering and it's giving me the individual ones, but if I tap the tab key, it gives me the repeat. But if I tap the tab key again, it gives me the individual piece, and if I pick it, you'll see it'll give me this repeated component. And if I go in and pick the 2-point cylinder, it'll replace it with that one. This one I don't really need, so I'm going to tap the tab key until I get it and just delete it. And then I'm going to tap the tab key here and get that one and flip it out for the cylinder, right? So now I've kind of got that guy. Now I can come in and I'm just going to pick all this stuff, and let's hide element. And these guys get a little funky because they're nested. So if you select the cylinder and go to select all instances and entire project, and then hide element, it'll hide all that stuff, right? Oh, so unfortunately, I've got my surface. So what I want to do is I want to pick this element and I want to divide it and do the same thing here. And I'm trying to get these guys out of the way. So let's just pick that and divide it. And then we'll put the U1 on here. Is that right? Yeah, so that's right. But this one is actually going to be 2. So this would be a new one. So I'll just call this V2. Right, and click OK, and then I'll come in here and change the V2 to 2. Okay. All right, so now we've got that. Let's go ahead and turn the nodes on for that guy. Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and let's see if it will let me isolate this element. All right, so if I isolate that element, now I'm, whoops. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Yeah, there we go. But now, I guess it's, there we go. So once you isolate that element, now we can go ahead and do what we need to do for this guy, which is the same thing basically, right? So if I bring the beam in, I'll just click it from here to here, and then I'll bring the column in, and we'll do from here to here, and then we'll bring the cylinder in, and we'll do from here, I think it does this, can't remember, we'll look here in a second. Sometimes it's nice to do things in the same direction if they're the same thing. Oh, that one got a little wonky. So if we go and look, is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And so I just need to leave that off and change those top 2. So now I just repeat this one, repeat this one, and tap the tab key a couple of times to get that guy and flip it out for cylinder. Tap the tab key a couple of times and flip that out for the cylinder. And then I'm just going to get rid of this one because I don't need it. Okay, and then I'll just reset temporary hide isolate, and then we've got our first unit. So if I save that, all right, we'll save this as bamboo unit 6.3. Okay. All right, so there's our unit. So when we get back, I'll take this into a project and repeat it.